I'm feeling anxiety right now, and I've got weeks of this ahead. Oh man, this sucks. Hello gorgeous, how are you doing? It's another dark one on my way to the gym in the night. Well, it's not the night, it's the morning. It's just these cold, dark winter mornings are so dark. Hurry up, spring. Hurry up. Luckily, we've had the shortest day, so our mornings will start getting lighter again soon. Don't like the dark and the cold. Brr. Okay, so what are we talking about today? My flights are booked to Thailand for gender reassignment surgery. I cannot believe a year ago I started talking about it being on the cards, and now it's booked, and I'll be there in 4 weeks' time. That's scary. And honestly, here's the weird thing. I'm kind of scared. And it's not like a doubt of the procedure. I'm frightened that it'll go wrong. And I don't know why. Because I always try to make backup and contingency plans with everything. I even save my video games every few minutes. You know, I hate losing things. And all the surgery I've had so far, it's been revisable and tweakable and modifiable. You know, there's not really much that can go wrong that can't be undone and fixed at a later date. However, with the gender reassignment surgery, there are parts of that procedure that you only get one chance at. You only get one shot to do well. And if it goes wrong, you could lose sensation in places where, you know, you possibly don't want to lose sensation without trying to sound too crude. And it's making me really anxious because there's no backout plan with this. There's no plan B. And what's more, of course, I'll be unconscious when all this is going on. So, which is probably a good thing, I'll be honest. But still, I'm a little bit of a control freak when it comes to things like this because I like to, you know, make sure everything is perfect and everything is right. And so I'm not very good at delegating at the best of times, especially when it's something that there's a one shot to get right type scenario. I'm nervous and I'm really scared, I'll be honest with you. And it's a weird sensation because I've been preparing for this surgery for pretty much my entire adult life. You know, 35 plus years this surgery has been on the cards, and I've seen it go through many changes, and I've picked, you know, as far as I can tell, a good surgeon at a good clinic who's done this procedure many times. He actually teaches people how to do this procedure, so, you know, he knows his onions, shall we say. I hate to wish my life away, but I would quite like to now fast forward to the end of February when I'm home and the procedure is done and everything has been a success. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. 6 weeks from now it'll all be over. 4 weeks from now it'll just be starting. So there we go. I don't mind sharing this with you because all through last year when I was having a procedure a month and everyone goes, "Oh, you're so brave," you know. And that's great. But you know, other than a bit of pain, these were straightforward procedures. This is a much more complex procedure. I'm not worried about the pain and the recovery. Although I need to talk about hormones, which I'll come to when I come on the other side of the gym, which is another thing that worries me. I'll get to that in a minute. But people say how brave I am, and I don't know why. And every other procedure I've just been fair. I'm fine. The only time I've had anxiety is literally every time I'm on the table and I'm just about to go under, and you get that adrenaline fight or flight, you know, response when you're like, okay, what if anything goes wrong and I'll be unconscious and I can't do anything about it? Then you're on the table, you're naked, you're pretty much strapped down on the anesthetic crucifix of doom, and you're just like, oh, here we go. And at that point I'm like, okay, anaesthetist, do the things to make me not be anxious anymore. And then almost every time something will be added and you're like, oh. And then you're unconscious, and that's great. You know, so normally I only get that anxiety right before the procedure. I'm feeling anxiety right now, and I've got weeks of this ahead. Oh man, this sucks. As an aside, if you've already had GRS, if you've been through what I'm about to be going through, leave your comments below. Let me know if what I'm feeling is normal and why I'm so anxious about this when I haven't been anxious about any other procedure before. Have you been through this? Am I on my own here, or is this pretty normal? Anywho, I'm about to get to the gym. I'll talk to you about my other anxiety on the way out of the gym. Hormones, which shouldn't matter, right? Hi, back. Cold, sweaty and cold, which is worse, and hungry. I bought, I digress here, I'm gonna go home and have some toast, some bacon and toast. I bought this new bread, and it's like sourdough bread. Oh, it's so good. If you're in America, get sourdough everywhere, but it's not really a thing in the UK. So I was talking about my anxiety for the upcoming surgery, and I mentioned, as well as, you know, the whole only one chance for them to get it right, there's also the hormone changes. Now I take a big cocktail of drugs and have done for a long time, which block testosterone and induce estrogen and progesterone. But I've often wondered just how much testosterone does remain in my system. Now I go to the endocrinologist and I get tests, but there is still probably some, testosterone, especially if I ever forget to take the drugs for a while, which does happen. So after the surgery, there'll be no testosterone in my system or trace amounts. So am I going to lose my strength? I know. Everyone tells me strength shouldn't matter anymore. And I guess it's more important for me now to pursue an aesthetic goal in the gym rather than a strength-based goal. But I still quite like being quite strong. I don't want to feel like I'm weak. I'm used to being very strong and relatively strong. A little bit worried about giving that up. And it's going to happen. I've just got to suck it down. But it's also part of the process. And, it's just one more thing into the list of things to be anxious about. So that's where I'm at. It's certainly going to be interesting. And as always, the cameras will be there. I'll be video blogging the whole thing. So yay. But yeah, I wanted to be done. I wanted to be behind me. I want to be home. I like being home. And then, so I'm off to Thailand, getting surgery, coming home. And then, of course, I start planning the next round of surgery. The GRS. This is like in the middle, not in the middle, it's more towards the latter section of it all. But once I'm back and I'm healed, that's going to take quite a while. I'm not going to be doing what I did last year, which was a procedure a month for pretty much the whole year. I'm not doing that. In fact, it's going to be at least 6 or 7 months after GRS, because I need to recover from that one a lot. Plus, I want to get solid gym time in, because the next procedures after this are really going to be about the aesthetic. So even though I had a lot of excess skin removed and some aesthetic surgery last year, the next little procedures, which are mostly going to be revisions, will really need me to be, at my target weight before I have these for the best result. The bulk of the skin has been removed, but now it's about, tightening and tweaking. And so I kind of want the revisions to be, really the last ones if possible. I'm going to be leaving it a good, most of the year before I have that done. So I won't be looking until late summer, maybe July, August. No, it won't be July, I'll be in America, but August, maybe September before having anything else done. And I'm honestly tempted to go for the next big one this year and maybe get my face done this year. I'm shortlisting facial feminization surgeons right now. I'm thinking Belgium at the moment to get that done. And that's another big procedure, so maybe this year will just be those 2 big procedures, the GRS and the FFS, and it's like a lot of stuff. Maybe next year I'll look at the revision surgery because I'll have had a solid year then of training and, the finishing off the weight loss and all of that. I don't know. These next steps after February are very much, they're planned, but they're not booked. I'm still looking at the best way around to do these things and seeking advice and what have you. So there we are. That's pretty much it for this one. Been a good week, recorded a lot of shows. By the time this goes out, I think the day in the life video should be out. I hope you enjoyed that one. It was so much fun to do. And that's pretty much it. Gonna wrap it up here. As always, I'd love to know what you think. Drop your comments below. I love your comments. They're amazing. If you're new to my channel, you want to be kept informed of everything I put out, then hit that subscribe button, hit that alarm bell. As always, share. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you didn't like it, well, you know what to do. Popping up over there, not there, I can't remember which side, is the last video I put out, and next to that is the one YouTube thinks you should watch next. Sometimes it's the same video. Don't blame me if it is. Not my fault. And I shall see you in the very next show. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Mwah.